we're going to take it off. And there it is. Just like that. See? Easy peasy. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Monday morning, heading off to my next service call. We're going to Jamaica, Queens. Queens is a borough, one of the 5 boroughs of the great city of New York. We have a new client, homeowner, that last night around 1 o'clock had left a message, not the emergency service line when they called my office, just a general inbox for a service. Unable to relight the pilot. Let's go see what's going on, guys. I'm gonna go deal with the Van Wyck. Oh, God help me.
I didn't think I was going to see the boss.
You think you're gonna see the boss?
No.
What's going on, doggy?
How you doing?
Thank God. How you doing?
Okay.
He's very excited. Or she.
I did what you said.
How you know I'm the boss?
Of course, I know. I'm watching your video.
Oh, you watch my videos?
Yes.
Oh, thank you,
And
sir.
I did what you said. Fire the asshole that was doing my order.
Smart. All right.
He doesn't check anything.
How are you, man? A little chilly in here, huh? A little 65 degrees right here.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
What's off? The filing.
The pilot, no pilot.
No filing.
Okay.
So
What'd you try doing?
what I did, I tried to put the filing on, and it won't come on. Finally, I got it to go on,
And then it
and
went
it
out?
stayed for a while.
And then it went out.
Then it went out again, and then
Gotcha.
I couldn't get it no more. But it's been years.
Okay. We could do that for you.
Yeah, a complete tune-up, and I would like the glass changed,
Okay.
and I would like this adjusted.
Want the glass changed?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It doesn't look good, and
Okay.
I never changed this.
Okay, well, you don't have to change it because it doesn't, just because it's old.
And this, I don't know if it's set right.
Yeah, we'll take it out. Okay. But the main concern, you have no heat.
No heat. Yeah.
Take a look at the key span.
This was
2003, new install.
This was put in by
Key span.
Keystone, right?
Who did your water heater?
The guy that I told you I fired. You know what?
Why?
I told him to
Do a tune-up?
to do the tune-up,
Yeah.
and they didn't do the tune-up, and they charged me for it.
Oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
He did a nice job with the copper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that I don't mess around with this thing. Oh. Hey, get out.
It's cherry red, but still no good. All right, new thermocouple installed. Straightened out the gas piping, the gas tubing for the pilot. My pilot is nice and strong, but as soon as I let go of it, this is now the 3rd attempt, cuts right out. Bad gas valve. All right, new gas valve installed with the new thermocouple and the existing pilot tubing. Looks nice. No power's connected to it, and power's still off. Our gas is on. When I was fitting everything back together and tightening this up, I cracked open my valve, pushed it on my plunger, forcing the air out of the piping without hooking up the pilot tubing, because you'll have that little orifice in the pilot burner, and you're going to restrict flow. So if I don't hook up my pilot tubing directly into my gas valve and I push on that plunger, I'm accelerating the rate of flow through the gas piping, pushing all that air out, and you'll hear that sound difference once the air is gone and there's gas flowing. Plus, you'll smell it too. Let's light the pilot. All right. Hold that down for 60 seconds, and hopefully we're good. I'm a little impatient. Oh, too soon. Okay. Pilot stayed lit. All right. We got ignition. Took all the burners out, banged them. They were clean. No rust on them. They're not falling apart. That generally means our heat exchanger, our cast iron block is good. I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. Flip on the testo. In the meantime, I got valve tags on the gas for the boiler, water heater, boiler feed valve, water heater feed valve. He picked up that ream at Home Depot, where low prices are just the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at our components. We have a McDonald Miller 24 volt probe low water cutoff. We have our sight glass with upper and lower valves. The sight glass's job is to indicate to the boiler operator what the water level is of the boiler. It's right there. It's good practice to, maneuver those around a little bit, and when the boiler's running, you should see that just moving around just a hair. This connection right here was for a domestic coil. In this case, they just put the plate there with the skim port and cap that. We have our pressure gauge, a little foot cocked right there. It don't work?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Which is on a pigtail, that loopy looking pipe. The purpose of the pigtail is to protect the pressure troll from that latent heat so it doesn't get fried. Purpose of the low water cutoff is if there's no water there where that probe is, to prevent the boiler from firing. We have a boiler drain, and we have a 15 psi relief valve right there. So should the pressure troll fail and not turn off the boiler, that relief valve should open at 15 psi. That drip leg should extend its code to the floor, 1 pipe diameter with a maximum of 6 inches off the floor. Behind the relief valve, we have an automatic vent damper. Right, this opens and closes when there's a call for heat.
You're burning.
I'm burning?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm burning up. Look at that, the flashlight. I was wondering why I was on fire. The purpose of the automatic vent damper is to gain some efficiency when the boiler turns off. It's still kind of hot, so instead of that hot air going up the chimney, that damper closes and that hot air will dump out of the bottom of the diverter. Onto the other side of the boiler, we have our automatic feeder. We have a backflow prevention device. The backflow prevention device's job is to prevent water from being sucked out of the boiler if there's a backflow condition where it may be like a water main break. The fire department is running the fire pumps, the fire extinguisher, the fire hydrants, fire pumps. They call them pumps here in the city, and that's to protect the public water supply. In the boiler vestibule, we have our 24 volt standing pilot gas valve. It gets 24 volts and it energizes, giving you heat. And that little thing with the 2 yellow wires, that is called a rollout switch. It is a ceramic disc, and it senses temperature, and if it ever gets that hot, it burns out, and the only way to get it going is to replace it. Do not bypass a safety unless you don't value your life.
Is that working? Is that thing working?
Well, it's letting the boiler run, so yeah, it's working. Behind the boiler, we may or may not have, we do have those 2 wires right there. They go to a spill switch. So if the chimney should be clogged or there should be a positive pressure sending air down the chimney and into the basement, that will sense temperature and it has to be manually reset. The boiler's been running now for about 4 or 5 minutes. Let's start a combustion analysis. Our probe is inside the diverter, resting on top of the block, cast iron block, and we are doing a combustion analysis with the Testo 320. This is a discontinued model, but any combustion analyzer that is calibrated annually will suffice. Our stack temperature will be higher than a traditional hydronic boiler, strictly because the hydronic boiler will be in the 180 degree max range, where steam is over 212. Our CO2 should be between 5 to 6%, and we should have no parts per million of carbon dioxide. Our O2 numbers, 8.52, is also acceptable within range. Let's let this run, and then we'll follow up with a draft test.
I can't do that.
All right, there's our numbers. We're going to clipboard this. We're going to pull out our probe, put that on the top. It's hot, so don't put it on a carpet or anything that's going to burn. We're going to escape out. We're going to do a draft measurement. We'll let that zero out for 11 seconds. I'm going to stick the probe back where it was, wait for it to get to the similar temperature, and see if we have positive or negative draft. So there's our draft measurements. We are at negative pressure, although minimal. We're at 4 tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So we're at negative 4 thousandths, because the decimal point. So that's tens, hundredths, thousandths, negative, right? Remember this in school, ladies and gentlemen? Right? That decimal point position to the right of the decimal point, the first digit, that was a 1, that would be 1 tens, or 10, right? Negative 10, or 1 tenth. That 1 there, so now we're at negative 12 thousandths of inches of water column. So we're better than it was 0.04, so which is good. So let's clipboard that, and we'll print the results. All right, printed the combustion test results, put into the front of the boiler with the U-line packaging slip, little baggie, leaving the top open so you can put future test results in here. And if we come here next year for their combustion tests, we can put the result right there. To the site class. So against my recommendation, we're changing this because the homeowner wants it changed. So we have 2 valves, the upper and lower. There's one difference between the two, and the difference is the one on the bottom is going to have a little drain port. And we'll take a small wrench, kind of like the Kev I lost a long time ago, and we're going to open that up like that, and watch what comes out, which is nothing. Because it's pretty clogged.
Yeah,
it's pretty clogged. Okay, it could be clogged. Doesn't mean it's not functional. Right, so let's just... Nasty.
I see this is the water, right?
Yep.
The water?
Okay, there you go. The top and bottom was airlocked, not dirty. So there's that. Now I am going to take that wrench, which is not going to be big enough. See? Oh, it just worked. We're going to loosen up the nuts, the brass nuts on the top and bottom. And we're going to remove the sight glass. Yeah, I saw this morning when I woke up, you had left 2 messages, but you left messages on the general mailbox, not for emergency service. But okay. You see, and what he did make, the homeowner did make a valid point that the sight glass does start to thin out at the top. See that?
That's the original.
And at the bottom, starting to, well, it cracked when I took it out, but the piece is right there. So we have to duplicate that one with the new sight glass. Let me just open this up a little bit. Okay, and let's put in that plug, and let's flush out. Yeah, that's hot. Oh, yeah, get that money. That's hot, baby. See, it wants to come out. It's right there. Okay. Good. Let's cut some glass. All right, so to take a measurement, I could copy off the existing, or I could make my own new. We shove in the top, and we take a little mark with a Sharpie, the top of the valve. And let's compare that to the existing. And you could see mine is just a hair shorter. All right. So here is a sight glass cutter, and we're going to line up the cutter with that mark that I made, which is right there. Okay. There, and then I'm going to take this retention or holder and tighten that down. I'm going to push down on my grip, and I'm going to score that line. Now, some people like to just go around once. I was taught by the dead guys to keep going around and around until your head spins off, but that should be good enough. Now, in the same scene, we're going to take it off. And there it is, just like that. See? Easy peasy. All right, we're reinstalling. I'm putting the top in first, pushing in, and then tightening up the nut until it's hand tight. Now we'll do the same on the bottom. We're going to catch it, hand tight, top and bottom, and then we'll give it a little extra with the wrench. I like to go around one full rotation, top and bottom. And it looks like that may be good enough for the top. So let's open up the top shutoff valve. Okay, when we open up the bottom, we will have our water level, which is right there. We'll take our steel rods that protect the sight glass from attack by vicious animals, like his dog. What kind of dog you got, by the way?
That's
What's her name? Benji?
Fanny.
Fanny! Fanny, ven acá aquí.
She's Fanny, ven acá. She's a Russell, Jack Russell.
Jack Russell?
Yeah.
Nice.
She's a dog.
Yeah, she's a good dog.
Yeah, she's a dog.
Okay, turn the power back on. Our sight glass is probably going to do a cycle. Yep, it looks like it's closing. Sorry, our automatic vent damper did a cycle, so now it's closed, and it's going to get the signal to turn back on. There it goes. Normal sounds, normal operation. And if you wanted to, you can actually hold it open with that little switch right there. If you felt like you didn't want to save, 0.9% efficiency on your gas bill.
What I do?
Nothing. You're good. You passed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Not only did we do a repair, get them up and running, we did a quick little tune-up, verifying that we have a safe operating boiler. Signed them up for our maintenance plan for $23.95 a month. We will come to your home once a year and do a tune-up. It's an included bonus. Having the maintenance plan also gives you a waiver on our trip charge and a discount on our hourly labor rate. It also affords you a discount on any parts you may need in the event of a repair to your system. If you're in the New York City metropolitan Long Island area and you're tired of having mediocre service on your heating equipment, you can reach me at Pipe Doctor 516-348-6300, or you can email me at mike@pipedoc.net. If you're outside the area or you would like a virtual consultation, virtual consultations are available. Details on my website, pipedoc.net. Click on the link, book online, scroll down to virtual consultation with Mikey Pipes. For $115 plus tax, you will get 30 minutes, and I don't watch the clock. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next one. Be well, God bless, stay safe.